Let's talk repairs. Unfortunately, if you're watching this video, you've probably had better days, I understand. Let's go over the couple types of common repairs. This little guy, hands down, the most common. This is called the thermocouple. I'll explain how this works. What this does is this little thing right here sits in the flame. There's a standing pilot, like a flame that's always going on, kind of like the size of a lighter. What it does is it heats this up and creates a tiny little amount of voltage called millivolts. So what that does is, as you can see, here it is. Now inside the chamber is this part down here. Now it's constantly being fed by the pilot tube, which is like your lighter, and it's constantly creating that little bit amount of electricity. What happens is over time, or for whatever reason, this thing stops producing the millivolts. What this does is it sends a signal up to the controller that says, hey, we have a pilot light, we're all good to go. When the temperature goes down in the tank, it allows the main burner, which is this big tube, to go on. If your water heater isn't working or won't get hot, it's generally because of the thermocouple. It's almost always that, generally speaking with Rheem. It's not a very difficult fix. The only problem is you have to have some specialty wrenches and know what you're doing. If you put this thing back together wrong, it's a disaster. So this is our most common one. If the symptoms are, generally speaking, if the pilot won't stay lit, or the water heater won't come on, or just suddenly went off, it's almost always this. So the price of this is, right over here on the website. You can check that out yourself. So this is your most common. This is your basic service call. We get this all the time. Other brands like Bradford White use different parts. So this is the Honeywell controller, aka the smart controller. I have different thoughts on that, but anyhow, this is the controller that goes in there to fix that. And then sometimes, actually most likely, you'll need what's called the pilot assembly kit. So this all goes, this is basically the guts of the water heater, and it goes right up in here. All these wires connect in, you got your safety switches, all of your flow stuff, and this replaces this. So if you have a Bradford White, generally speaking, you're gonna be more expensive to repair than a Rheem. There's just more parts that go into it. Generally $100, $150 more. So a lot of people are like, well, I saw it was 200 and whatever dollars on your website, I want that price. And it's like, okay, I understand, but no, it's not the same parts at all. Bradford White has a more detailed system inside their burner chamber than Rheem does. So depends on what kind of model you have. We have all different kinds of parts. We generally carry most of this on our vans for the common water heaters. Now, every year or two, they change something around, so we sometimes have to order it. If we have it, we'll install it right then. But the point of this is that it ranges anywhere from $200 up to $400 to get you back up and running. Those are the basic deals. Here's another kit. This is from, I think, a Whirlpool. So it comes with, a bunch of different gaskets, some filters, as well as your pilot assembly. So whereas Rheem is just the thermocouple, all the other brands, because sometimes they'll have what's called a thermal switch. If that thing pops, we have to replace all the guts of the water heater. Hence why we love Rheem. It's really easy to fix. That pretty much concludes it, just to give you an idea and help you along, kind of give you an idea of what you're paying us for.